Hi, welcome to another episode of Hot Takes with me, the Silver Fox. And I would just like to begin by saying you lot are nags. But the nagging worked. I have mowed my lawn. To be fair, I have been ill for 10 days. Indeed, I'm still ill. But, I got off my bed and went and did that first thing this morning. So, yeah, that's great. Still on the Lemsip, You lot, get me out there, work me to death, I tell you. Anyway, a little reward here for the dog. Just, come on, up. Right. Reports showing that there are 3,000, you can hear the throat, can't you? There are still 3,000 homeless children in Glasgow alone. This, of course, is national shame, but Glasgow's shame, and particularly Two Seats Aitken's shame. For while these children languish in temporary accommodation or are living in cars or are sofa surfing with friends and relatives, she, of course, enjoys the full benefits of travelling the world first class and quaffing in prodigious amounts of Greggs while padding her expenses dutifully. It is something that needs to be addressed, and I do hope that come the next council elections, the good people of Glasgow take out their well-rested pens and put an X in the appropriate box that gets rid of the SNP council that's destroyed the city, and indeed is continuing to do so by firing 450 teachers, for example. But why is Glasgow's homeless child problem so bad? Well, they have the chance of pushing for houses to be built, and yet rejected the planning on this, presumably because there wasn't enough sort of backsheesh in it. Nobody was handing them enough by way of, bribes. Who knows? That's only a guess on my part. But let's face it, given that it is the SNP and it is Glasgow City Council, yeah, you can believe that. Also, of course, Swinney and his announcement just a couple of weeks ago that wiped out £4.5 billion worth of housing development. There was going to be 35,000 houses built, and at least 5,000 to 7,000 of those would have been done in Glasgow and the Greater Glasgow area, which would, of course, have been used to house a lot of children. And so the shame isn't just at the council level, it's also at the national level. And what is their great plan? Well, while Rachel Reeves has insisted that across the nation, and by across the nation she means England and Wales, they're going to build 300,000 homes a year, 250,000 of which will be for immigrants. This doesn't apply in Scotland. Scotland, of course, has housing as an involved matter. And so they've been saying to, the Labour government have been saying to the Scottish government that they must get on board, they must do the same policies as Labour are doing, ease the planning issue, allow what they're calling the greenfield sites, but they're redefining them as greyfield sites, greenfield that's near towns and cities, easing that, removing powers from planning officers, for example, and encouraging developers to go in and build houses, and they're calling for this all to happen. But of course the big problem is the developers themselves don't want to go and develop in Scotland, again because of SNP policy and the increase in taxes. They're just not getting the returns. Meanwhile, of course, the building will commence in Britain, in the rest of Britain, England and Wales, and all the tradesmen will go down south for the work, meaning even if they do pull their finger out and sort everything out, there'll be no tradesmen. They'll all be down south working, paying less tax. Those houses in Scotland will never be built. The SNP joined up thinking by the biggest crooks ever to take control of a country. Thanks a lot. Bye.